Piano Lesson, written by August Wilson in 1987, was first staged at the Yale Repertory Theater. Initial reviews of the play insisted it was not a comedy, but has comedic moments. Another said it was Wilson's usual style with dark and gloomy subject matter related to black struggles, blatant inequality, dark history, and unrelenting stress, while being doused in witty conversation and Twilight Zone bizarreness. The title of this play spoke to me. There are so many layers in a piano lesson. Who's paying for them? What do you ultimately want to do with this acquired skill? When will you make time for practice? Why should you keep going? During 1937, when this play takes place, Jim Crow laws, which systemically enforced racial separation and denied black people equal rights and opportunities, were prevalent in the South and not quite as obvious in the North. Lynchings, celebrated murder, and racial violence were prevalent, especially in the South, further stoking the fear amongst black people. Basic economic disparities were the rule of the day. Just being black meant you were relegated to low-paying jobs with limited opportunities for advancement. This kept the gap between black and white people substantial, even with some black people being far more intelligent than their white counterparts. Additionally, civil rights activism was growing and organizing for equal rights. Organizations like the NAACP and individuals such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Mary McLeod Bethune, and A. Philip Randolph played vital roles in challenging racial discrimination and promoting civil rights. And the cultural contributions that black artists, musicians, and writers made significantly added to the American culture during this time. The Piano Lesson by August Wilson is a play about siblings, Boy Willie and Bernice, who clash over the sale of their family's heirloom piano. The piano represents their family's past and connection to slavery. The play explores issues of legacy, how they each dealt with the past, and the struggle for identity. It peaks in a confrontation, not between Boy Willie and Bernice, but where Bernice finally embraces their family's history. This play is a drama and has many comedic moments. Thematically, it represents the struggle between preserving the past and focusing on the future. The play revolves around the Charles family and an heirloom piano. Boy Willie wants to sell the piano to buy land, while his sister Bernice wants to keep it because of its significance in the family's history. As the story progresses, they struggle with their desires, the weight of their ancestors' experiences, and the question of how to move forward. The story explores the intricacies of family, the impact of history on the present, and the healing in dealing with the past. My favorite character, and the one I best identify with, is Doker, the sibling's uncle. In the beginning of the play, Doker is quietly observing, giving historical references, and offering advice to the other characters. Later, he becomes more involved in the tensions about the piano. One of the things that caused him to change is his connection to the piano and his own personal history. He witnessed firsthand what Boy Willie's and Bernice's grandparents went through as slaves, and he understands the piano's significance as well. He had seen firsthand Bernice's withdrawal from engaging with the piano and listened to Boy Willie's justification for trying to take and sell the piano. He begins to see how deeply passionate both of them are and realize the need for finding a way to honor their heritage and also acknowledge the present reality. He wanted to see the family restored. That's how I see myself in this family dynamic. This play would be beneficial for anyone who reads because the characters are so varied that the chance of each person identifying with one of them is very high. So whether you're a peacemaker, a hellraiser, a God follower, or a girl chaser, an aspiring youth, or a determined woman, there is a character in this play for you. Reading this play has contributed to my knowledge and understanding of the theater by causing me to visualize the stage and performance, recognize historical and cultural contexts, and study the difference in character types. I've also have a desire to visually see the play and experience the interpretation of the director, actors, and the other cast members, as well as observe the set and the scene transitions. Answer my initial questions. Who is paying for the piano lessons? Normally it's your ancestry, parents or grandparents. What you do with what is learned is totally up to you, especially if you deliberately practice and improve. As you get better, pass what you've learned to your children and your grandchildren.